will be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn, your pawn, your pawn. My love was in ever again. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. You can double down. I'll still be a proud haven for your love is never love. A river through your bluff, I will be enough, enough, enough. My love was in ever again. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. Something you can never take, but it's not uncommon to forsake. Got a chronic urge to complicate. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. Feeling I have nothing left to hide. I'd say, but you know it when it's right. Keep it simple now, living it before I die. Think of love like a friend, not an enemy. My love was in ever again. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? The demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Poco no mirai wa, dare ni mo wa.
Good morning, coffee beans. How you doing this morning? Hopefully everybody's doing well. What is this? They put all this stuff in Discord now, like where you can play games and stuff, right? Anyway, and when you try to go into Discord, it comes up, go play a game. No, I don't want to play a game. Just want to go on my Discord. Leave me alone. All right. So it's a Thursday. We're getting closer and closer to another week behind us. And let me just start off the show this morning with saying that the last two streams that Dave has done over there on DeadOnDave, Monday was Xylee. He had to shift Bunny Buttons to Wednesday last night because of weather. Weather was not cooperative with him doing a stream Tuesday night. So we bumped it to Wednesday night, and last night was just hilarious. We just had just a really good time. Why is my camera so high up? Oh, what's going on here? It's like the gremlins come in here at night when I'm sleeping and mess with my stuff. Whatever. Anyway, so I don't know what that means, but I'm kind of quiet. Well, I'm sorry I'm quiet. Let's see here. My mic is up. I don't know. I think I'm just quiet. I think I'm just quiet this morning. My voice is just a little bit. My voice is just a little bit slow or a little bit low this morning. What in the world? It's crazy. Nuclear winter, sloppy top of the morning. Yeah, sloppy top of the morning. Boy, I'm hoarse this morning. All right. But anyway, yeah, we had some really good streams Monday and Wednesday over there on DeadOnDave. Of course, like I said, with Xylee, and just some really funny stories, just really good chemistry, lots of laughs. Drew is back from from his trip. He's safe and sound back in his home there in the UK. He popped in. We got to see and talk to Drew last night. That was good. That was nice. I know a lot of people were concerned and worried. I was worried and concerned about Drew because I wasn't for sure, because I'd reached out to him about some because I knew he was on trip over to Spain and stuff, and but he really loves the game shows and everything, and so I'd reached out to him to see if maybe he wanted to contribute some answers to the match game anyway, uh, uh, and that's when he told me the story about getting jumped and how he got robbed and beat and what have you, but. They took a lot of money from him and everything, but he was safe, and that's the important thing. I mean, you hate to lose money, of course, but money's money, right? You can always make more of it, but if you lose your life, there is no getting that back. So, just glad he was safe and sound and he's back home again. Anyway, well, let's get into it. So our little cartoon this morning is a Peanuts cartoon. I love the Peanuts. I really do. There's the Peanuts probably as a child when I was growing up. The Peanuts was probably my favorite a newspaper comic strip. And so we got Charlie Brown here, and of course he says Snoopy's phone. I wonder what this does. He turns on the airplane mode, and of course off goes Snoopy's Sopwith Camel. To go engage the dreaded Red Baron. So anyway, but this was kind of cute. This kind of kind of funny. Big congratulations are going out to Willie Mack. He hit 100K last night. Yeah. Big grats to Willie Mack. He is such a talented dude. He's so funny, and he's just I way before I had any type of notoriety. Not that I have like a tremendous amount now, but even before what I have now, right? I reached out to Willie Mack, and he actually came on the Now Recording podcast. And I had a and I talked to him, and he was just a real. It was just down to earth, just salt of the earth, as they say. He's just a good dude. He and I, and he asked why I'd quit making videos and why I'd quit doing everything, and I just told him I felt like just I was talking into the void. There was nobody there, and he encouraged me to get back on the horse, as it were, right? To get back out there. And so, he was the one kind of that got me started about thinking about doing something again. And thought, well, maybe one more hurrah, So, and then of course, Dave encouraged, and Nixie Nax and others encouraged me. Fake ass, uh, fake ass twat and others, just encouraged me and stuff. And so, I did, and well, here we are. So, and so, huge thanks to those guys, but like I said, a big congratulations to Willie Mack. 100K. That's big time. He's moving onwards and upwards, and he got a shout out this week by Moist Critical because of the whole Sneeko thing. Willie Mack is threatening a second video. It was supposed to come out yesterday, but we know Willie Mack, right? Willie Mack, when he says tomorrow, he really means about 7 to 10 working days. So it'll probably be sometime, excuse me, sometime next week or the week after. So, but I'm sure that he'll have it out shortly. So anyway, but anyway, like I said, I just want to just give a big congratulations. He topped 100,000. So good for him. Proud for him. Proud for him. Proud for him. Let's go here. So yesterday, Xylee Gets Real did like a midday stream out of the blue, just an impromptu stream. And I was kind of delayed getting into it because I was in the middle of a Zoom meeting, right? But anyway, I got in there as quick as I could, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And there's really no one that does anything from this part of the part of the metaverse, as it was, right? And I think she was pleased with the amount of people that showed up and what have you. So I think she's going to maybe try to do some more of these like midday type streams. But anyway, they got on to talking about people sending pictures and stuff, right? So I thought I'd be a funny guy, right? And anyway, so this is what happened.
Yes, people sent me a picture of a cock. A big cock. I would dare to say bigger than ghosties.
Bigger than ghosties. Yeah, that's right. You heard it right. So anyway, and of course, Tipster, he clips this and whatever and says, I'm a sly dog or whatever, right? And so, I put it out there, right? I said, well, here, I'll show you I'm going to show you guys right now. Here we go. Boom. There you go. That's what I sent Xylee. And, I think everyone can say not only is it a big cock, but it is a majestic one too, right? Majestic, huge, just a huge. It was the right thing to do. Report it. Good. Report me, Nick. I wish you would, Nick. Just report me to hell and back. So, anyway, Tommy C shared this little jewel with us today. Greta Thunberg reported deletes a 2018 tweet claiming climate change will wipe out all of humanity by 2023. Right? But Tommy does give her a little bit of a break. Says, yeah, in fairness, we're just really kind of into the early part of the year. I mean, come on, we're just in March, so who knows what could happen, right? Didn't they say that didn't they say something about that midnight clock was as close as it had ever been here recently. So who knows? I mean, we may wind up blowing everybody all to hell anyway. So anyway, but Tommy C put out a tweet yesterday afternoon, evening, and he just says, "Not looking good, boys and girls." I'm pretty sure this is in reference to the this. You know, he put out a video, Twitter video. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that Twitter video. Give me just 1 second here, guys. Let me see if I. Yeah, here we go. We pull this up here on the main. Get back up here. So I'm pretty sure that tweet that he followed up with yesterday is in reference to this.
What's up, everybody? Look, I got some bad news. We have another strike. That's 2 in the last 2 weeks, 3 in the last 3 months, and they all got rejected. I work for YouTube privately. They got them. They all eventually got spit out, but that's not after like every single one of my appeals was rejected. When I get it to YouTube directly through Team YouTube, they tend to remove it. It's a PUBG stream from 5 years ago. I really went through a bit of it. It's mostly me whining about losing. I don't think I attack minorities out of nowhere in this stream. I think the channel's under attack. The other bad news is, although this may have been resolved, we may not be able to use Real Talk song anymore because it's getting auto-claimed. And I'm kind of working with the person who's claiming it. And I don't know, because when Real Talk stuff was being claimed that was out of his control, I don't know if it's out of this person's control either. If that continues, whether he can get a hold of it or not, if he can't get a hold of it, I'm gonna have to pull the song. Good news is, first claim has been they gave it back to me. They didn't follow through with the claim, so that's a good sign. And but yeah, if it's going to get auto-cleared every time I play it, obviously I gotta do something about it. So yeah, bad news to start the week. What can I tell you? See y'all soon.
So anyway, I think what that is talking about, or what he was talking about in that is that sadly, the strike that he got, I guess, from an old PUBG stream that he did, it's not going well for him. Of course, the thing about it is you have to remember is if you get 3 strikes within a 90-day period of time, there goes your channel, right? So anyway, Toxic Dome, SFTP won't feel right without Real Talk. Yeah. When I first started trying to come back or whatever, I was using one of Real Talk songs on here. And it was called Unstoppable. And, I know I don't look like your typical Real Talk fan, but I was. I loved Real Talk's music. Real Talk's music reminded me so much of the hip hop stuff that started becoming more mainstream or getting radio play, shall we say, in my late teens. It reminded me of groups like Run DMC, the Fat Boys, people like that. Just that old school hip hop vibe, and I like that. And I could put on some Real Talk music, and it just would make me. It would inspire, right? It would if I was feeling a little bit less motivated, if I was feeling a little bit less, just didn't have a drive to get out there and do things, I could put on a Real Talk, playlist I've got, and would start listening to it, and in no time, you know, all that would be, and you know, we lost that man way too soon. Um, and I hate that, you know, Tommy's having to go through that. But, you know, when I was trying to use one of his older songs that was before he was on the label, before he was signed, before anything, and um, even on the song, it says, you know, you know, it says here, take this, use it, whatever. You know, and I tried citing that and whatever, but it just got claimed. It got claimed every time, and I would go through the process or whatever, and I would finally get it. They would finally release it, but it would take like 30 days or whatever it was because they wouldn't take action on it. But it was just the hassle of having to go through and file the appeal and file appeal after appeal after appeal. I just got tired of it. I was like, you know, it's it just wasn't worth the hassle. And so that's why I switched to some different music, intro music, and went with stuff that I knew would not get claimed. So, um, but anyway, hopefully Tommy will get that rectified, because I agree 100% toxic. SFT, you know, if if Tommy's not able to have real talk on that show, it's going to be a huge blow. But Tommy, sadly and unfortunately, is not the only one dealing with community guideline strikes and stuff right now. Doc on the radio put this out this morning, saying that he got a guideline strike, and that he's not able to do anything for 7 days, 1 week. So anyway, this is his first. You know, Tommy believes that, you know, his channels is possibly under attack because all these, like especially these older ones, all of a sudden, or older videos, whatever, getting claimed or hit or whatever, and possibly, but it could also possibly be, you know, YouTube is consistently changing their policies. And the thing of it is when they put a policy in place, and I'm not a programmer, I'm not a coder, right? So I don't know why they can't say if this is the policy from here, so they mark it from that day going forward. But it's like they go in there and they make it retro, right? So things that were okay and acceptable, things that were acceptable back, you know, a few years ago, now all of a sudden are not acceptable. And all of a sudden they go back. So it could be an automated thing, right? With Tommy's, but then again, it could be that he's under attack. Tommy has made some enemies over the years. So anything's possible. I don't know. I hope that Tommy's able to get all that rectified. I hope that he's able to get that lifted. Because I honestly, although I don't always agree with everything that Tommy, you know, positions that he takes, you know, and I still like Tommy. I think it's important to have people like Tommy around. And I hope that he's able to keep his channel. Because that is Tommy is from you know, was one of the first people that I discovered in the commentary community. And you know, the thought of him not being there kind of as a pillar in this community is a little bit worrisome for me. But anyway, so hopefully, like I say, hopefully he does get that rectified. This next story is a little bit of a thing. So you know, there's these channels out there on YouTube that that their whole I don't know what you call it, their whole shtick, their whole whatever. I guess their platform, what it is, their program of operation for their channel is they go out and they go after these alleged people that engage with minors in a unhealthy way. And I was recently sent a video to watch and review and to go over. Was even encouraged to for us to go and react to it, or review, or go respond to it, whatever, over on Dave's channel one night. That's what I was encouraged to do. I'll put it that way. I don't think we will. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Dave, because it's one of these subject matters. It's one of these content things that I don't necessarily particularly like to cover, and I don't think Dave does either. But yesterday, I guess this was yesterday, Adam 22, which is the guy who does the No Jumper podcast, right? He has a significant other, Leanna Plug, I believe her name is, or Pug. Not for sure on that, so don't chastise me too hard on that. Anyway, he had these guys come on his podcast. It says the caption of this was like, I don't know if it was like an Instagram live that was going on here or what, but this is coming to us from the Drama Alert Twitter account. So it says Adam 22 gets confronted by a pedo buster on his own show. This is 2 minutes and 20-second video. Anyway.
We talking about the whole lust situation and everything, but I'll be a hypocrite if I don't address the situation that happened with you.
There is no situation with me.
The one where you was messing with the 16-year-old girl?
Never happened. What do you think happened? The article says
I'm going
I was
on
19 when I met her.
She was 19 when you met her?
Yeah. The article says it.
So, but what did you say?
I said that I spoke to her on the phone when she was 16 before I realized that she was.
All right, well,
That's how we catch a lot of
that's how we
She
catch
was
him.
Canadian. She didn't even know that she was doing something fucked up.
It don't even matter, but that's how we
That's
catch
cool that
him.
you felt like you were gonna come on my platform and expose me though. Like, why?
No,
why did you let this happen?
it was just in the midst of the conversation. It was in the midst of, he didn't, it's not on him on nothing. It was in the midst of the conversation.
But you came on my platform and spread lies like that.
Lies?
Lies.
Is it lies?
I mean, you could have done some research and figured out any.
Did you talk to her when you were 16?
19 for like 5 minutes when I was 21. I'm 39.
You wasn't 23?
I was. I might have been 21, right?
How you don't know? How you don't know if you was
Because it
21?
was 20 years ago.
Okay, so the allegations that, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this guy's name is. It shows here that his screen name is Official Perv Busters. What he's saying is referring to was an article that was put out where there was and I think I've got the article here in a minute, but anyway, the girl was 16 years at the time, and Adam 22 says, well, he was like 19, and then this guy pushes back and says, well, hang on, the article says you was how old? He goes, I was 21, 22. He said, no, he said 23. You were 23, the girl was 16, and Adam was talking to her, having a conversation with her. Now that in itself is it's a little bit icky or creepy or whatever you want to call it. I don't think that a 21, 22, 23-year-old person should be having a phone conversation with someone who is a minor, period. 16, whatever, right? Listen, that in is okay, but it doesn't automatically mean that there was anything that was wrong going on. There was no conversation. It wasn't that it was anything that was of a nature that sexual or anything like that. They could have just had a benign conversation. Okay, I don't know.
It still happened though, but we can't take that jacket off.
Wait.
We can't take that jacket off of nobody.
Right? You gotta go.
Hey man, you know.
Okay,
Let's go. Look, yeah.
So Adam 22 at this point now has this was live. So this was a podcast stuff that was live, it was on the air, and he kicks these guys off the show live. He then subsequently goes on to delete this podcast.
Yeah, season 6, nigga. I'll keep it cut. All right, he kicking us out. Why you kicking us out, bro?
Because I don't appreciate you guys coming on my platform and spreading lies like that.
It's not lies.
Research,
It's not lies. It's something that you admitted, though.
No, it's not.
Thank you. You was 23. She was 16. I'm a perv buster. What you think I'm here doing? I'm here on business. I'm a perv buster. You was talking to a girl. You was 16. I mean, she was 16. You was 23. Stop it. What you talking about? Oh man, we gotta get let out. Where Tone at?
This door right here.
Damn, come on, man. You think I didn't do my research, bro? You think I don't got the
You
article?
apparently
Bro,
did,
I got the
pushing a fake narrative.
I got the article and all that, bro. Like, come on,
apparently you
man.
didn't read it.
I
Next
read
time
it.
maybe you'll read it.
Bro, you was 23, she was 16.
And we talked on
You was on the phone with her for what? You should have known. Why am I talking to a 16-year-old girl? Why am I talking to a 16-year-old girl? Stop it, bro. We gotta get let out. You on the phone with a 16-year-old girl, bro. What are you talking about? Damn, pedophile. Nigga, this shit crazy, bro. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so that's the let's see here. Where is this article?
We talking about the whole lust situation and
Stop. Where is? Hang on a second, guys. I thought I had that. I thought this was part of that whole. All right, here we go. This is the article here. Yeah. I think we're okay to show this. I don't think there's anything. Okay. So this is the article. This was a blog that Adam himself put out. This was No Jumper Adam 22. He wrote this out. This is what he says. Her and I talked to MySpace for a while, and she was unsurprisingly flirty. I doubted at the time that she was in the, man, I hate that it cuts this crap off. Why is it doing that? Is there not a way to not have that? No, there's not. Okay. Says one night particular, we ended up talking on the phone, and on the phone, and she went into vivid detail. She wanted me to travel, I guess, to Canada to see her and have sex with her. I didn't even bother telling you the things she described wanting me to do, because by the end of the story, I'll have actually done them all to her and worse. The conversation at me hot and bothered, to say the least. Now, any of the math inclined out there were probably reading this thinking it was like, she's 19 now, you were 23, then how old was she then? Well, she was 16, but come on, man, look at her. She's 18 or 19 and most of the pics, but she didn't look that much different at all. If statutory rape is wrong, I don't want to be right. Now I could make the argument that the age of consent in Canada is 16. The age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm sure that traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal as hell. But really, fucking argument. She was stupid hot and I wanted in. And this was, he wrote this. This was from a blog post that he put out there. So, I don't know. So you guys be the judge on that one. I don't know. That's, I don't know. Again, I got to ask why are you having conversation with somebody if you know they're that young? I just don't know. That's weird to me. Um, you know, I can remember, when I was in high school and was like a senior, 17, 18 years in high school, and these younger girls who were like freshmen, who were like 14, 15 years old, something like that, freshmen, would come after and chase us as seniors. Even back then, that was a thing. Um, and there was such a stigmatism. You didn't know. It didn't matter. It did not matter what they physically looked like. I mean, I understand that, some girls develop a little bit earlier and so they looked a lot older than what they really were. That didn't matter. The fact was that they were, so I don't know, man, that's wild. That is so freaking wild. So another article did an investigation that they didn't meet up until the girl was 19. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I hope they didn't do anything beforehand. I mean, that would be very stupid, but but why? Here's the thing, right? Why even put that out there, right? Why write that article? Why put that out there? Why even say anything about it, right? I just I don't know. It's I don't know. It's kind of like what was it? Yeah, I was watching a video last night from Abba and Preach, and they were talking about how these people who are online stuff, they're always telling off on themselves. They all the time going out there and telling their business in the streets, and I don't. I've never understood that. Why you put your business, especially. I don't know. Whatever, right? Um. So I don't know if those guys are right or wrong for bringing that back up, an old story like that from back then. I don't know. Um, I would probably venture or lean a little bit on the side of they probably did it because now they're getting attention. There's people like Drama Alert are putting out tweets about it. I guess people like me are talking about it. So yeah, they're getting some online, I guess, clout or whatever. Um, but I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Once people need to understand and realize something, that once you put something out there on the internet, it's there. It never will ever go away. Someone is always going to have a copy of it. Someone's going to archive it. Somebody's going to download the video. Somebody's going to screenshot it. It's uh, yeah, exactly. Uh, I agree, toxic. These guys need to have more agency when flirting with randos online. Adam is still at fault, even if he's innocent. Yeah, I mean, I still, I think it's because I'm just from a different generation. I don't, I can't wrap my brain around, getting into these conversations like that where it's flirtiness and stuff, uh, and text messages or discords or whatever the thing is, with just some stranger, because you know it could be, you could be being catfished, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's, oh, you're a guy so you're getting catfished by another guy. I mean, it could be a girl, but they could be misrepresenting who they really are. um and so there's that kind of catfishing stuff too, right? um or if you're a girl, it could be another girl that's catfishing, thinking pretending she's a guy, whatever. I mean, it's to me, it's just, and especially with this day and age, with all the filters that exist and things that I just, like, there was an article. What was I watching? Who did it? I think it was Justin Wang put out a video where there was this Japanese, I believe it was, motorcycle dude. He was an older guy that was trying to, his kids were grown out of the house. He was divorced. He was trying to I would divorce a widow. Either one, I can't. Anyway, that's really inconsequential. But he loved motorcycles, and he was traveling and stuff, and he was taking all these really beautiful pictures, and but he wasn't getting any kind of traction, right? And so he starts putting on these filters, these face swap things and stuff, making him look like a beautiful young Asian girl. And then all of a sudden, man, his followers went through the roof. He started getting all this traction and all this popularity and stuff. He was eventually, as they are, it always happens. He got whatever, but he embraced it. He's like, yeah, and he explained why he was doing it. Because beauty sells, right? I don't think it necessarily has to be a beautiful young woman. It could be a handsome young dude. It sells, right? So I just don't understand. I really can't. That's why I always caution people, be so very careful about who you're having a conversation with online. It always seems like it always seems to just wind up into a bad situation for people. This next one, I'll be honest with you. I don't know who this guy is. Says Redditors are mad, claiming that streamer, is it Chinny? I guess it's CHENNY, Chinny, dinner dashed over a $5 food waste fee. So I guess this guy's an IRL streamer.
Thank you. Oh, she took it. They didn't charge me. I'm out.
Okay. It says here, he said he purposely went to a 1-star restaurant to do this to such a horrible human being, scumbag behavior. This is weird. How is he not banned? Okay. I'm curious because one of the other YouTubers out there that I'm not subbed to his channel, but he will come up, his videos will come up my feed, and I do watch him every once in a while. And that's, Dame Drops, right? He's a big foodie review YouTuber. He even got a series where he was doing stuff on the Food Network, I believe it was, right? But he recently went to this Chinese restaurant. And I recognize this layout and stuff, right? It was like a 1-star rate, whatever, where it was a Chinese all you could eat style buffet type restaurant, but they had a thing in there where it's not like your traditional was not like your traditional buffet. It was one of these deals where you had you had these little paper menus or whatever, right? And so you check, okay, I want this, whatever it was, right? All the different things that they would have. So it's not one of these deals where you'd go up to like a big buffet and fill your plate or whatever, but it had you ordered, it was like the order type thing, right? But they had this thing on there saying that, and there were several reviews underneath the Yelp thing where Dane was talking about how this restaurant would actually charge you extra for wasting food, right? So like if you ordered a order of something, whatever, and you got it and you didn't like it, right? And they had to take back a plate of food, they charged you extra for it. There was one person even that did a review, and they were saying that the wait staff refused to take said no, saying they wouldn't give them their what do you call it, your tab, your bill or whatever, right? Until they cleaned the plate that was there. They were trying to force them to eat the food that they'd ordered or whatever. And that was just some of the stuff. So, and that really looks like the background stuff looks like the same one that was in the Dame Drops video. But anyway, they go on to say that Chinny, whatever, decided to go back to the restaurant following the Drama Alerts coverage to make sure he did not owe any money. So I guess he went back to clear that up. Let me put this on screen. He went back to, it says he went back to, it says more contacts. He says he's denied dinner. Dashing has made this statement talking about it, talking to his chat about it. So let's hear this. Let's do his statement. Let's give him the opportunity to explain.
I'm getting off stream, bro. You guys are killing my mood, bro. You guys are literally killing my mood. I'm just saying, there's proof of me paying. There was no dine and dash. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you guys. I'm literally gonna get off, dude. You guys are literally fucking up my mood, bro. Alright, I'll see you guys. And yeah, dude, alright, I'm out.
Okay. So he says he didn't dine and dash, whatever. But I think, if we go back and watch this original video.
Thank you. Oh, shit, she took it. They didn't charge me. They didn't charge me. I'm out.
I think it's safe to say why people got the notion of what he did, right? So anyway, and like I said, I if it's the same restaurant, which I don't know if it is or not, but if it is the same restaurant, it wasn't so much that, he dined and dashed. It's just that he felt like he was getting away with not having to pay the waste fee, whatever that they charged, right? So anyway, so whatever. Let's see here. All right, so let's get to this. Is the final little story. This is the meat and potatoes, I guess, whatever you want to call it, right? So if any of you guys are followers of Nicholas DeOrio, right, you'll know that he is a yeah, Drew. Yeah, it's if you go to, let's see if I can just find it real quick, and I'll link it here in the chat for you guys. You guys can go check this out. We go to his channel here. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, here it is. I think, yeah, this is the one here. Let's see. Make sure I get the right one. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's see here. I want to make sure I get the right one, guys. Hang on a second here. Let's see it. Yeah, this is the one here. So this is I tell you what, I'll just bring it up here on the screen here. So this is one of the reviews here, right? And it's the name of the eating at the worst reviewed sushi restaurant in my state, right? And this is a review says the imitation crab tasted sour as if it were already bad. It took over an hour for us to get our sushi. There were people who were seated well after our party of two and got their sushi before us. Their server refused to give us our check when we asked for it. She told us we had to finish our plate, even though every piece on the plate had sour imitation crab. We will not go back and do not recommend. Ninja across the street is far superior. There was another one here. That was a good review. What was it? I think there's another one in here. Let's see here. Anyway, I'll just sit here. Let me do it this way, because I don't have time to sit here and watch all of this. Here's the link to the video, guys. You can go check it out. But yeah, 100%. Maybe it's once he gets there and he starts reading stuff. He brings up the fact that there is a thing there where it says that they charge it's like a $5 fee or whatever if you don't clean your plate, right? Like your mom and dad, clean your plate or there's no dessert, anyway, but anyway, so you guys could go check it out at some time or whatever, but anyway, back to this story. So if any of you guys are followers of Nick DeOrio, if you've watched his videos, if you've watched like when he comes over and he's talked on Tommy's streams or he's went on DeadOnDave streams and things like that, Nicholas DeOrio is kind of a, I guess for lack of a better word, I don't want to necessarily put words in the man's mouth, but he likes destiny. Like he talks a lot about destiny, right? Anyway, this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know who this woman is that calls into his show, but anyway, she's calling into Destiny stream here, and she starts talking. I got two different ones. One here is from Nicholas DeOrio, and the other one here is she's talking. There's another one here from Hopeful Blue we're gonna watch as well, but she's going on and on and on about Nicholas DeOrio to Destiny, and it's kind of really interesting to hear what Destiny has to say about Nicholas and little Augie. So let's hear what this is.
You know, I pop in on some streams from time to time just to see if I can learn anything. Honestly, there's a lot of guys in there that are just like Augie and Nicholas DeOrio and them. Like, I'm not sure what to take seriously. Even
Hold on.
Edwin
You came from
right
that
now.
community, and you think that I'm the... Never mind, that's not a real name. Never mind. Oh, I know what you're talking about, though. Those guys are
You
pretty
have a
extreme,
good
though, aren't
point,
they?
though. You do have a really good point. And I, like, from that community, I have heard about you being the more, what are they, you know, I pop in on some streams from time to time just to see if I can learn.
Okay, so it's just repeating there. Okay, so let's go on to okay, Maggot Edge. It says her name is Crystal something. So let's listen to this one here.
Augie's also, like, hella, you know, misogynistic and hates women, apparently. I don't know if that's, like, a bit that he does.
Oh, no. He does. Augie and the Nicholas guy, they hate women. Those aren't bits, okay? Careful around those ones. Okay.
Good to know. Augie's also, like, hella...
Okay. I don't... whatever. I'm not going to sit here and try to... Whatever.
You know, I was like, oh, I don't... That's been my... I would say that Edwin is probably the one that I've watched the most, even though with all that recent stuff that's going on with him, I'm kind of backing away with that because I don't... Again, like, it might be my internal misogyny, but I don't know what to think about it because...
Hang on. This chick was an Edwin supporter. Okay.
Because I wouldn't say that I adored or, like, admired Edwin at all.
Then why was you watching so much of his content? By your own definition, you said you watched the...
But there was a few times where he let me actually, like, get onto a stream and, like, discuss my point of view on something, and I respected him for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
In a way. I was like, oh, I actually appreciate you, like, you know, bouncing ideas off of your audience and, like, kind of integrating us into your show.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. And so, you know, I had that kind of attachment to him, and then... when this whole salvo thing was going on and he was going to Ohio or whatever, and I saw that girl at Babs, you know, I was like, oh, I don't have a good feeling about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if that's just because, like, my girl brain just decided...
You got jealous, probably.
She's an enemy.
Sure.
Okay, right. Called that one, didn't I?
And so I just, like, from the get-go preconceived notion, I'm just like, yeah, this is not gonna go well.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually hoped that it didn't go well. Not for him, but for her.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, again.
Oh, God. Jesus. Okay. All right, so let's unpack that one. So this girl who has, evidently by her own admissions, she has a thing for Edwin. Got a little starstruck because he actually let her on one of his streams one night and talk. So she gets a little bit of crushy poo. So since then, Nick and Augie come out and really slam Edwin for his poor behavior and his bad decisions. She hates them, and now all of a sudden they're misogynist, but she talks about how she didn't want this Babs girl to work out because what? Oh my God. Lord in heaven, what an idiot. Listen, honey, I don't think that was the W you thought it was. Just saying. You come on and you wish for the downfall in a potential relationship between Edwin and a girl named Babs because she was competition for you, right? And then everything that came out, and then now you're kind of pushing away. But I guarantee you from based on the way you said it, what you said, I guarantee you, if Edwin called you up, you would drop everything you had that quick and go running to him. So what we're going to do, we're going to come out here and shit on Nicholas DeOrio and Augie and say they're misogynists, that they hate women. And I don't know if they do or they don't. I know I've seen Nicholas has had dates. He's went out on dinner dates or whatever, or he's went out and had a cocktail with a girl one time, and then the internet shit all over him because he tweeted out a picture of 2 glasses of whatever it was they were drinking in their hands, and the hands weren't touching nothing, and the internet lost their damn minds. Good night. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm gonna just, I don't. All I can say is y'all need some Jesus in your lives. Is all I'm gonna say. Good gracious. Destiny wasn't serious. He was memeing. Well, maybe he was, Kendrick. I don't know. I don't know. I do not watch Destiny content. It is not entertaining to me. He's one of these debate bros. I don't watch debate bros. That to me is the most boring content that is out there. Now, people that like that type of content and they like the debate bro content and they like Destiny, that's cool. I have no beef with you. Go watch it, enjoy it. I think people should consume the type of content that they want, they like to watch. That's fine. It's just not my bag. Just like there's other ones out there like Stardust. I have no beef with Stardust, but I don't watch her content because again, it's this debate bro type stuff, and I don't know. I'm all for having conversations with people, but I will not debate people. I will not go into with the intention of the whole thing is I must crush you with my logic and I must sway you to because the problem is both people go, on these debate panels and things like that, right? They go in there with that mentality of, I must crush you. It's like that scene from, what was it? Rocky, was it like Rocky 4, where, he's going up against Ivanov or whatever his name is, the big Russian boxer, and he goes, "I must crush you." I don't know. So, what is this says here? Joshua says I watched Destiny Stardust, and Hunter Avalon and Bunk. Good. Well, hey, listen, if you like them, watch them, support them, 100%. Support those guys, right? So, what else we got going on in chat here? Heavy says women so loud. Maggot says, let me clarify. I think they don't trust women online. Ivan Drago, yeah, I must break you. Yeah. I may have misquoted that a little bit, but the sentiment I think is still there. As far as trusting, I tell you what, there's very few people online, period, that I trust. The circle of trust for me online, be it male or female, is very, very limited. It's very small. There's people that I that are outside that circle. They'll say stuff. Yeah, okay, whatever. I just kind of I put a pin in it, as they say. I kind of, okay, whatever. And I wait and see if what they're saying is factual. Is it truthful? Is it something that is believable? Is this somebody? It takes a long time with me to where when someone tells me something that I'm like, okay, when this person tells me something, I know this is gold, and that they're a straight shooter, right? And like I say, there's not too many people that's inside that circle with me. Anyway, like I say, here's the deal. He may have been memeing on this girl. He may, I do know Destiny from other clips that I've seen with, like, when he was, like, for example, the interaction he had with Aiden Ross, right, where he was memeing the hell out of him about about the second Mon Conf, and how he said, and in the second Mon Conf that he had, he was talking about the coming of OnlyFans, and how, that whole thing that he did with Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross was sitting there eating it up. So I do know he likes to troll, right? He likes to make fun or goof on people a little bit, right? And he may very well have been doing that on this girl here. I'll take your word on that, as far as what it is. Kendrick, he might very well do it. I don't know. Maybe what he was doing here, I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch enough of Destiny's content to be an expert on when he's trolling somebody or not. But I have an idea, because it is Thursday. This is Thursdays is when Nick comes on Dave's stream. To my knowledge, that will be a thing. So I have an idea that Nicholas will probably be talking about this, and we'll get a better perspective of this tonight. I just call it a hunch. I'm sure he will have clips from Destiny's stream and so forth. Oh, it's your Friday, not your typical mom. Good. I wish it was my Friday, but it's not, alas. So anyway, Brion says, in my part of the community is where Jalen and a whole bunch of other Spurs are there, and there's no way of trusting any of them. Yeah, Brion, Jalen is to me is a very troubled soul. I first had interactions with Jalen back when Sabo invited me on to do Fireball, and I went and did Fireball, and I had fun. I enjoyed myself. For the most part, everybody was very pleasant, and I was fun to be around, and I didn't have no problems with nobody. Our opponents of, me and Peanut Gallery went on there, and so our opponents was Jalen, and I can't remember who she had teamed up with. But I had all these people coming out of the woodwork saying, Jalen's this, Jalen's that, whatever else. Jalen was nothing but respectful to me. So I'm not going to sit here and just poo-poo all over Jalen. I do believe that Jalen is, like I said, is a very troubled soul. I do believe she probably might need to disconnect from the internet for a little while. She more than likely probably does need to find somebody, professional help, to kind of help her learn how to deal with some emotions and some of her processing some of that stuff. It does seem to be a repeated and problematic at times things for her. But I would like to think that she's a deep down is a decent person. But I do think I'm thinking I do think she does allow the internet to get to her a little bit too much sometimes, and as we do. I mean, even myself, there's times where I notice that it starts really kind of getting to me or whatever, and I have to unplug, right? I have to to just pull away from the internet and get away from it. But anyway, like I said, the last, like I said, the last thing that I want from anybody is to just be, miserable or unhappy. And I think some people, unfortunately, the internet brings them that misery and unhappiness. But it's like they're almost addicted, and they cannot not be on here doing this, right? So I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I said, I said, normal person, right? Like just a normal person. What do they use the internet for? Right? A normal person, I'm going to say that my wife, I would say my wife is a normal person when it comes to the internet, right? So she uses it to do some shopping, right? She uses it to look up information, to search recipes. She uses it through Facebook to keep track of classmates, family members, see what's going on in their lives, things of that nature. She will use it sometimes to order groceries, watch movies, things like that, right? That's normal stuff, right? She doesn't understand, quite honestly, why I do this. She doesn't understand. If I'm just being really kind of blunt about everything, she thinks I'm mentally challenged, and she's probably not wrong. Why would anyone do this, right? Why would anyone get in front of a camera and talk to people about people for hours upon hours upon hours a week? Why would they do that? Well, I think, as Abba says, I think it's
this is a sickness of the highest order.
Exactly, it's a sickness of the highest order. And I'm probably one of the biggest ducks in the puddle. So, and I think sometimes I lie to myself and say, well, it's because you're trying to do good. I'm out here trying to, and I am, but I also forget my number one rule that, and sometimes I don't follow it. And that is this, is you can never, ever care more about a situation or a person, right, than what they do. If a person is in a situation, or if a person is going through something, or whatever the scenario is, if they don't care about it, and they don't care about getting themselves out of the situation, if they don't care about making themselves better, you cannot care more than they do. It will literally make you insane, because I'm guilty of that all the time. I will care about a person in a situation. I'll care about a situation more than what I should. And because I keep forgetting my number one rule, I get told all the time, Riv, you've got to stop caring about these people. And that's so hard for me, right? Because I give these people benefits of the doubt. And it sometimes, more times than I like to admit, it does bite me in my butt. So anyway, listen, I've got to get out of here. It's time for work. I've appreciated my time with you guys this morning. Go check out, all the, whoever it is that you like to watch. If you like Destiny, make sure you support Destiny. Go watch his streams today. If you like Bunk, go support Bunk. If you, Willie Mack, go support Willie Mack. If it's Nick DeOrio, go watch some Nick DeOrio content. If you like Augie, go watch Augie. If you like Dave, go watch Dave. the bottom line is go support and watch the creators that you like to watch and support. That's the best thing that you can do, right? Put a thumbs up on their videos. Leave comments in their chats. If they're on Twitter, send them a word of encouragement. Let them know that you support them. That's the best thing you can do. No. And just be the awesome selves that you are. Bottom line. And irrespective that my come on, show up. And even irrespective of my oatmeal for brain shirt kind of got poo-pooed last night on DeadOnDave's stream. Check out my merch. Here, let me get the right finger up. Here we go. Yeah, check out my merch. You can just do exclamation mark and merch, and it'll send you a link, and you can go check out. You can go check out my shirts. I've got coffee mugs. I've got shirts. Got a new line of T-shirts. Oatmeal for brains. So quite a few of them. People seem to like them. I like them. It's good quality shirts. The artwork was great. Empress K did a great job on that. You know, like I say, there were some people that, you know, and that's fine. I'm not, listen, my ideas and the things that I, is not beyond reproach. It's not beyond criticism. People can criticize anything I say. People can criticize anything I do. I'm okay with that. It is what it is, right? As long as I'm happy with it, as long as I'm content with what it is, then that's really all that matters. As long as you guys like it, as long as you guys continue to come watch me, that's all that matters. Listen, I am not, I'm not the smartest, person out there. I'm not the sharpest tack, as they say. My light bulb doesn't burn all that bright sometimes. I can admit that I make mistakes. I'm human. I screw up. Even at being as old as I am, I still misstep, but I still wind up with mud on my face. It happens. And when it happens, you just have to laugh about it, go and say, I screwed up. Okay, let's go. Say sorry to those. If you've done something that was offensive to them, you apologize to them. So I didn't mean that or whatever, or I just wasn't thinking. I'm a doofus, and go on. I mean, that's, so anyway, listen guys, I appreciate you today. Make sure that you keep your powder dry and look for me in the funny papers, and I'll see you tonight around 7 p.m. On DeadOnDave.